Hi friends, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name's Emily if you're new here. Today's video we're going to be going over my May TBR. In May I'm participating in the Escape the Readathon. This is hosted by Books with Lexi. So Books with Lexi has created this readathon. It has taken her like 7 months, I think Lexi said, to actually finalize this readathon, and I'm so excited to be a part of it. I'm so excited to participate. I'm team partiers. I'm so freaking excited to be a part of them. We are going to be doing sprints like pretty often throughout this month. Being in Australia is a little bit harder because obviously time zones are different, so just working around that, but I'm going to make it work. I hope you guys are prepared for the content that I'm going to be making for the month of May, for all the reading that I'm going to be doing for this readathon. So let's get on with the TBR. The first book that I have here is Death Note Black Edition Volume 4. So this includes Volumes 7 and 8 in the Death Note manga, and I'm so freaking excited. I am obsessed with this manga at the moment. I just love it and I can't get enough, and I'm not going to say much else because I don't want to spoil anything obviously, but this is such a great series. You get so much dialogue in this manga, so you really are reading, and I'm super captivated by this story and I cannot wait to read more of the manga and watch more of the anime as well. And then the second manga that I have here is by Junji Ito, which is the Aluminal Zone. So this is based in Japan in a suicide forest, I think, and there's 5 different short stories included in this manga. So I know that there is a weeping woman, I think, but yeah, it's based in the suicide forest and I'm so excited to get to this. It looks so interesting. Just like the cover is so like, I was drawn in straight away. This is such a unique cover. I'm obsessed and I cannot wait to read more of Junji Ito. I started reading Uzumaki by Junji Ito last month. I finished the first volume and it was Uzumaki and I absolutely loved it. So I can't wait to continue on with his work. And the next book that I have on my TBR is a part of a fantasy romance series that I'm currently reading. So I've only read the first book. That is Glint by Raven Kennedy. So this is the second book in the Plated Prisoner series. So I am going to be continuing on with this series as I am just loving fantasy romance at the moment and I don't really want to start another series right now. So I'm continuing on with a series that I have already on my shelf, which is great because I'm trying to be good and not buy as many books in the month of May. So I may go on a book buying ban. I'm not too sure yet. I have spent way too much money in the last few months on books, but that is fine. It is not a hobby, it is my life. So this, we follow Orin and we just continue on with her story. I know that she has been captured, I think, from the end of the first book, but I'm not going to give anything else away because I honestly don't know anything else. I think we may finally get to see the love interest in this book, so I'm very excited for that. I have the second and the third on my shelf currently, but I still need to buy the next few books that are already out for this series. The next book is also another book in a series that I'm currently reading at the moment, which is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Tales Told by the Cafe. So this is the second book in the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. As you guys know, I absolutely loved Before the Coffee Gets Cold, so this is told from the cafe. Different perspectives, different short stories that are included again. I think we're going to get the same vibe of, like, you know, you have to drink the coffee before it gets cold, people going back in time again, different stories from the first. So I'm very, very excited to pick this one up. The next book that I picked up recently, actually, it is a literary horror science fiction novel, which is Cursed Bunny by Bora Chong. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but she's Korean. So this is translated from Korean and the translator is by Anton Hurst. This is a collection of short stories. And the synopsis says that a woman is haunted by her own bodily waste. A pregnant woman is told she must find a father for her unborn baby or face horrific consequences. A young monster, forced to fight, discovers the extent of his power. The genre-defying collection of short stories blurs the lines between magic realism, horror, and science fiction, using elements of the fantastic and surreal. Chong exposes the real horrors and cruelties of Blaterisserie and capitalism in modern society, gliding effortlessly from terrifying to warily humorous in a skillful translation by the acclaimed Anton Hurst. It sounds so interesting and the cover just drew me in. Like, I'm obsessed with the bunnies and I love Bonnie by Mona Award, so if it gives me the same weird creepy queer vibes, I'm totally here for this, and I have actually heard fantastic things about this book, so I'm very, very excited to get to it. The next book on my TBR is by one of my favorite authors, Tahara Murphy. So this is This Woven Kingdom. So this is her new series that she has out at the moment. I have pretty much finished the Shattering Kingdom series, 5-star series for me. I love Erin Warner, I love Juliet, I love Kenji. my ride or dies. Love those characters so much, love the plot, love dystopian in general. So I'm so so I'm so excited to continue on with this. This book is about our main character Lexi, I think that's how you pronounce her name, and there is a forbidden romance involved with our male main character Cameron. So Lexi and Cameron, I think these are the two characters in this book. It is a like cultural fantasy. I don't know if it's high fantasy, but we do have a good review here by Stephanie Garber. Prepare to be destroyed. This one will wrench at your heart and make it pound, and in the end it will leave you entirely speechless. Obviously I had to buy it. It's quite like a little bit chunky. It's over 400 pages, but I love Tahara Murphy's, her writing style, everything about Tahara Murphy. I'm obsessed with her, so I had to pick this up. I cannot wait to read it. I will let you guys know if I do a reading vlog on this, but it is a fantasy, not a dystopian. So I'm very excited to see the difference in her writing and what the story is going to be about. The next book on my TBR is a book that I have carried over from April. I did start reading All the Dangerous Things by Stacey Willingham. So this is about our main character, Isabel Drake. Her son Mason went missing in his sleep 1 year before this timeline. So he just literally was taken without a trace. There's no evidence, there's nothing built up in this case. So she has taken it into her own hands to discover what actually happened to Mason 1 year ago. So she goes on this podcast and things start to unravel, and some things are supposed to be left buried. That's what the synopsis gives me. I'm 100 pages in at the moment, and I can say that I'm very captivated by this, and I can't wait to continue on and see what actually happened to Mason. Isabel is some sort of a character where you don't hate her but you don't love her. She hasn't slept properly in 365 days, so it is a lot. You can't have her mind about someone who hasn't slept properly in a year. I could not even imagine what it would be like to not sleep properly for a whole year, let alone a day. So I highly so far recommend this. It is on my, like, I'm kept on my toes already. Like, I just want to know what happened to Mason, but it's slowly unraveling and I'm very excited to continue on with this. And the last book on my TBR is going to be an ebook this month, which is Yellowface by R.F. Kuang. So I actually was in an arc for Yellowface by NetGalley and HarperCollins Australia. So I'm very, very excited to read that, and I'm hoping to get that done in the next couple of days as it comes out in the 2nd or 3rd week of May. So R.F. Kuang, obviously you guys may or may not know, she has written the Poppy War trilogy and Babel. So I haven't read either of those, but Poppy War is on my TBR, and just by a lot of similar like booktubers that have the same sort of book taste as me, love R.F. Kuang's writing and absolutely love her way of storytelling and love her books in general. So I feel like I'm going to absolutely love Yellowface, and just like the synopsis and premise of Yellowface sounds super interesting to me. So those are the books that I have planned on my TBR for the month of May. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and if you guys were here, please leave a champagne bottle emoji down in the comments below for team partiers for this readathon. I hope everyone's enjoying the readathon so far. Obviously I'm in Australia, so it makes it a little bit hard to do these sort of readathons because the time zones are different and like live sprints are different, but I'm going to make it work because I absolutely love the premise of this readathon and I cannot wait to participate in it. I really hope you guys enjoy this video again, and I'll see you guys in my next one.